We're down here in Savona in Italy on the Azimut Magellano 43. It's late November, nights are drawing in quite quickly, but we've just had an absolutely fabulous day out on the water. Bright sunshine, nice choppy conditions. This is the third in the line of Magellanos, the smallest so far, 43, and it has an unusual dual mode Bill Dixon designed hull and fantastic styling outside by Cordy Rover. We're going to give you a guided tour, show you all the high spots and the low spots. The idea behind the dual mode hull is that it's designed to give you a healthy turn of speed, not top end planing, but we got just over 22 knots out of our boat with half fuel, half water and 5 crew on board. But it's also designed to give you a really soft ride when it cuts up rough. So how does this boat handle and ride in the choppy conditions we found? Well, I have to say very well indeed. It just refused to slam at all. Whatever we did to it, abuse it, tip it on its side, cross the wake of the photo boat, it just didn't stretch it at all. At low speeds around the marina, it was incredibly docile, perhaps more docile than I'd been expecting. It just sat in the water and just didn't do anything at all unless you asked it to, and I found it very controllable. Underway, the steering, I suppose the thing that really stands out is the steering. It is really very fast. It's not pin sharp, but it is really quick to steer, and it's a very small turning circle considering the type of boat it is. Now nominally, the Magellano 43 fits into the trawler category if you did have to pigeonhole it anywhere, but it really does feel different to any other boat of its size. And I guess what makes a difference is the sense of sort of Italian sumptuous luxury which you get on this boat, and there's a sense of scale and solidity which actually is probably more fitting of a 50-footer or a 60-footer, and it really does give it a very classy, expensive feel inside. Here in the galley there are several details which I really like. One is the fact that the doors can be pushed all the way back or closed halfway if it's a bit chilly outside. I like the fact that this heavy sink top can be stowed in its dedicated storage area in this locker here. Really like the handrail here, that's a really unusual feature. Fiddles are great, nice big fridge freezer, and the only thing I really don't like is that there isn't a single drawer in the galley. If you want a cutlery drawer, you have to head over the other side of the boat and open a locker door, and there you'll find your drawers. Other than that, the detailing in here is really good, and it obviously offers that huge advantage of being near the cockpit and near the flybridge step, so you can serve outside and inside with equal ease. So when you finish loafing around in the decadent luxury up here and want to head down below, Azimut have a few surprises for us down there. Now first is this little mini lobby. I can't think of another 43-footer which has a lobby where two people can pass quite comfortably. So follow me, there's another surprise here. And of course you look at this and you think, actually this isn't very good, is it? Only one berth. But of course this is the third cabin. How many 43-footers have any third cabin whatsoever? This has a good size single berth and really generous storage. And if you just want to use it as a big storage area, Azimut will set it up for you like that. Really good for long distance cruising. So this for me was the third big surprise on this boat down below in the accommodation. It's the ensuite heads compartment for the owner's cabin. And the size is the real surprise. There's just more floor area here than you would normally expect on a boat of this size. So it's not just the owner's ensuite heads which is a good size. I think what impressed me here was the width of the bed. Length's about right, but the width is very generous, but also the floor space around this end of the bed, which allows two people to circulate around the cabin really easy without tripping over each other all the time. We're here in the principal guest cabin, a twin berth cabin. In common with the other two cabins, what I really like about the storage in these cabins is that a lot of it is in fiddled open shelf form, and okay, you can argue it's maybe a bit more slick to have a door on lockers, but the reality is they're fantastically practical places to lob odds and ends like watches and mobile phones and jewellery and all the sort of paraphernalia that you don't want to put away every time and get out. You just want to pick it up off a shelf. I think it's really useful storage.